Hey guys, so just in the gym for one of my deload sessions for my peak week. So during this week, basically they're very much deload sessions. I typically do a deload workout, so reducing volume, reducing intensity, just coming in, getting movement patterns done, working the muscles. This will help in kind of partitioning nutrients, glycogen to the muscles that we want used, and just from a mental sanity kind of that kind of side as well, just getting in the gym, getting moving, makes you feel a bit better about kind of all the carbs coming in. So for this movement right here, I'm doing about a 20% reduction in load from my week 1 weights on my mesocycle, and then I'm just doing 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, just feeling out the movement, getting on, kind of working the muscles. So I also did 100 calories of cardio pre-workout. That's half the number of calories I'd normally do. Hey guys, so it is day 2 of my peak week. So I'm just having a meal, which you can see is beetroot, basmati white rice, with my favorite barbecue sauce on top, Sweet Baby Ray's, thanks to Charlotte. And I've got a tin of tuna and peas on there as well. And I thought I'd also show you, and I'll open the box, but I just got a package today. These are bands for my pump up. Which is important before stepping on stage to make sure everything we want is pumped. And I think bands are a good safe option for you to get. They're easy to transport and you don't need anything heavy, you just need a pump. I can already feel like things are starting to fill out and harden up. It's pretty cool, to be honest. I still feel absolutely exhausted. I didn't really sleep last night. But yeah, I can definitely feel my legs in particular hardening and filling out somewhat, and also my upper body, to be fair. Long way to go, but yeah, just thought I'd check in. Hey guys, I thought I'd talk to you just briefly, and yeah, this is ridiculous lighting, briefly about what's happened today, because it's been interesting. As you know, during I had a depletion week, and now I'm in my carb up week. My carbs they started high at around 750 grams, and they were coming down through the week. So I was at about 750, then at around like 670, and then I was at like 560, and then yesterday was 460, and today was a planned, I think, 360 grams of carbs, but I've actually gone to 400 grams, so an extra 40 grams of carbs for me, which is nice. And I'm going to try and keep focusing on the lens rather than on me in the camera. So extra 40 grams of carbs. Basically, because posing this morning, I felt like my physique looked like it could do with them essentially. I didn't look any worse than yesterday, and my weight was the same. And at the moment we think maybe Broderick had been discussing that probably have about 2 more pounds that we want my weight to come up by. So my weight has been coming up steadily through the week as kind of after that initial carb load, and carbs are tapering down, but my weight actually was level on yesterday. And so after looking at the fact my weight was level, which indicates potentially that I'm kind of filled out to a point and I haven't filled out anymore, that in combination with the fact that I didn't look any worse and potentially didn't look any better either, or like looked the same, it was thought that, right, I'm still Wednesday, so 3 days out from my show, I have enough time to increase my carbs now in case I look better tomorrow and more full, which is what we expect and want. But if I do spill over or anything like that, there's still plenty of time for me to go and do some extra activity to burn off some of the glycogen that might be kind of making me look as if I'm spilled over and holding on to excess water. So that's kind of what changed today. I thought I'd just inform you of that. In general, loving the experience so far. As you guys know, I spoke about the first kind of few days where it was like drastic changes. Like I was getting crazy pumps all the time. I was feeling like superhuman. Whereas now, each day it's kind of like, I'm already pretty much full. I'm not expecting to see such drastic changes. I kind of relate it to when you first get into the gym as a novice, like everything's amazing, you're seeing fast progress. As you become an intermediate, things slow down, and it's not that you should stop or you're doing anything wrong. You just have to trust the process and keep going with what you know is working and the objective principles. So with me right now, like day to day, it's not like I'm seeing drastic changes in my physique. I'm not feeling amazingly different. It's like I am pretty damn full now. It's just about maintaining that and getting the right balance for the day. So tomorrow's Thursday, 2 days out. Carbs will be tapered down, planned tapered down from today by about 10%. So they come down to around 360 grams, probably higher than what they were going to be, still depending on how I look in the morning, how my scale weight is and things like that. And then on Friday is probably back down to my usual dieting levels, but we'll see how I'm looking. And then on Saturday, show day, I've already spoken to Broderick, who I'm also speaking to again tomorrow, most likely. And the plan is basically not to do much. I should be ready, peaked that day, basically waiting until I'm called for stage, and about 30 minutes before that, taking in a dose of sodium, which no doubt you'll see, looking for about 500 to 1,000 milligrams of sodium and a small amount of carbohydrates, a bit of sip of water, get on stage, kill it, perform at my best. I'm feeling really confident. I'm going in for the win. I'm going to do my best to actually perform very well. Recently, also to keep you in line, I've been posing every single day. So I pose in the morning quickly for some kind of update photos, and then in the evening, where I normally do my PM workouts, I'm posing instead. So I'm posing for, today wasn't that long, maybe 15 minutes at most, up to about half an hour. But I've been posing so much at just random times as well, that my glutes and my calves are sore because you tense those a lot and probably more than I normally would. So hopefully that soreness will go by show day. I'm sure it will, but it's just funny that that's happened. Been practicing my posing routine a lot, feel very confident about it. I want to come away with a really good solid placing at this show, and I'm going to do my all to win as much of it as possible. If that's the overall, if that's my weight category, whatever it might be, I'm going in for the win, guys. So that's a little bit of an update. I don't know if I've spoken much about how I'm feeling mentally and physically, but it's unbelievable the changes that have occurred in my body. I feel so much more alive. I feel so much more human. I feel so much more energetic, warm. I feel like my posture's improved. I feel bigger, better, stronger. Amazing. The difference is outstanding from depletion, where I felt absolutely dead to the earth. Even little things like my cold that I had that was niggling for a few weeks has now gone. It's just amazing what energy balance and carbohydrates can do for the body. So anyway, without making this any longer than it needs to be, I will leave it there. And no doubt I'll be checking in with you like when I get my tan and shit like that. I have actually, to note you on that, been exfoliating every single day. My last shave, full body shave, will be tomorrow, before a top tan on Friday, and then a finish of the tan on the Saturday, on the show day. So I've been exfoliating, moisturizing, removed all hair pretty much. So yeah, cheers guys, and I'll catch you soon. So guys, really boring meal one of my carb load, 750 grams of carbs today. I've got a protein shake, but with milk, which is nice, and I've also got some choc shot in there as well. I'm gonna have these Cocoa Pops, and also I've got some lower fat Special K granola that we had in the cupboard with some oats. I'll probably pour this on top of here. Yeah, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. So this is, yeah, meal one. Hey guys, so just on the train to Tonbridge, bit stressful. Me and Charlotte are probably left a good hour or so later than what we were planning to, which isn't really a problem because my tan isn't booked till 8:30 and we get in at 8. but I'm gonna have to go straight and get the tan. We're planning to go to the hotel beforehand. So I've got one of my meals packed here, which is just my usual that I've been eating through the week: rice, peas, chicken, barbecue sauce and some veggies, and just need to chill out because definitely stressed out a bit too much the last kind of half an hour rushing here, but I've got tonight and then weigh in at 11 tomorrow, so still got some time. Got a whole bag here with the logo on, with all my gear in, so yeah, probably check in with you later, or when I'm getting my tan, probably get Charlotte to do some filming for me. Charlotte's got her own food as well, so I'm on restricted water today, so I think I've only got about 600 mils left or something, so I haven't actually got anything to drink right now. So Broderick told me to get a single alcoholic beverage in this evening because he's anecdotally seen it dry people up a little bit the next day, so why not? And it will probably help me sleep. So what are we looking at?
So I thought you might like this spiced rum cola, which you might like. And you know, Malibu.
I do really like Malibu.
Well, a bit of a girl, we both know that. It's quite possible you like that. I'm thinking about the Jordan's gin and tonic with elderflower because I'm a big elderflower fan.
Really not sure.
Ooh, blackberry and elderflower pins could be delightful.
I don't know if I was even looking at the right place, you know. No idea. It's definitely on your face. We'll inform you what we get. Hey guys, so just checking in. Probably a bit later than I would have wanted, and in actual fact this evening hasn't been quite as stress-free as planned and as wanted. Got to the tanning place later, probably an hour later. Well, got here in Tunbridge about an hour later than intended, which was just unfortunate. And then tanning was fine, obviously went really well, can't complain about that, but just had a really busy day of work today, probably partly due to having so much to catch up on after the depletion, and having so much to do today to get ready to get here. So basically just lots on, and so I've been basically after we got the tan, I've been working to get a podcast live for tomorrow for you guys, and now it's, what time is it?
10 to 11?
Yeah, 10 to 11. I'm normally in bed at this time, but it's basically I'm just gonna chill out with Charlotte for like the last half an hour before I go to bed. And I showed you that we were getting booze before, so I've got a Captain Morgan's rum and coke to have. Again, Broderick said this is basically just kind of a bit of bro science. There is some science to it. Alcohol obviously dehydrates you a little bit. There's some sugars in there, should help you kind of fill out a little bit. But more than anything, I think hopefully this will just help me switch off a little bit this evening, especially after kind of what I've had to go through the last few hours. And Charlotte has, what have you got?
I have a gin and tonic with elderflower. And I have cookies.
I am not eating a cookie, although I'm not hungry in the slightest. I feel absolutely fine.
You just
I had my frozen oats, but actually froze them because I was like, I'm not going to be able to have these for ages. But they were still very completely frozen, but I ate them anyway. So I'll check in with you guys in the morning so you can see what kind of our morning routine looks like. Probably I've got some oats, just dry oats, and some protein powder. So I'm just going to boil a kettle and have that. So nothing interesting there. But probably me and Charlotte might go out for a bit of a wander and get a coffee. And then, yeah, make our way to get my second coat of tan, weigh in, and then probably get maybe one more meal in me and another meal, which is probably a Subway before stage, but I'll check in with you guys at that time. So, yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
6-inch un-Italian chicken teriyaki. I get that toasted but no cheese. No, that's fine, thanks. Oh.
I should have just got a foot long then.
Would it make a difference in the price?
Yeah, but it's too late now.
Actually,
You can't charge that as a foot long, can you? Oh, cool.
great.
Perfect, thank you, I appreciate that.
Have you got anything you want to say, Steve?
Just been a long day, kind of hanging around, not really sure what the physique's looking like. Ordering this is going to have about 1 gram of sodium in, which is why I'm getting this, with about 50 grams of carbs, easy to digest. Not going to get that much salad because of fibre and stuff. And eat this, pump up, see how I'm looking, have a swig of water, and then I'm on stage in about 2 hours. And then I'll probably film a pump.
Okay, this lighting is really bad.
So guys, I'm outside. I've just had my final kind of spray of gloss, and I'm going to start pumping up basically. And I've come outside because I find the sun on my skin gets me really, really like warm and vascular, and it's quite nice being away from everyone. And I get to show off my physique to all the young girls who obviously want to see a naked guy. So I thought I'd tell you what I'm having during my pump up. Is basically 30 grams of carbs from a fast digesting source, which is going to be this. I'm mixing that into this, which is basically my usual pre-workout. So I think I've got half a teaspoon of salt. That is for kind of basically 1 gram of sodium, or yeah, roughly 1 gram, I believe. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, a bit more than that, around that. 6 grams citrulline malate, 6 grams of arginine, and that's it. So I'm going to mix that in with this, and we're going to get sip on it. Sip on it while pumping up. So guys, we are finally home, and we did it. We placed in a hard category, came third. Really chuffed with the result. Couldn't be happier with the feedback from the judges as well. Well, I could be happier. It's kind of really great long-term feedback, not so good short-term feedback, in that comments were, conditioning was there, on point, really good. If anything, they're more conditioned than any other competitor on stage that I came against. Symmetry was there, really good, well balanced, upper and lower, in balance with one another, great. No bad criticisms on posing, tanning, all of that was great. The comments were basically, I was one of the taller competitors in the class. 5'10", as a bodybuilder, is a bit of a taller competitor, I guess what it is. And for competitive bodybuilders, 5'10" is kind of a taller height in a middleweight class, and basically just more size, more years, producing muscle mass is the key. We've seen it before in the MPA shows where they definitely favour size over conditioning, I feel sometimes. And I think I brought my best package stage, and that's what I'm most happy about. And I'm super chuffed with this because this, I don't know, it's just a very epic trophy. And it was a really good day overall. Like, I'm actually really happy that I had the polygraph. It was stressful. It was a big chunk out of the day, but it was a learning experience and it was really beneficial for me. I don't know if I'll give you the full, I'll probably do a separate video on the polygraph because I think it's something that's not often touched on in bodybuilding. And it's probably quite a long, lengthy video by me to go over it in its entirety, my experience of it and what happened with mine specifically, because I'm a bit of a special case for those that don't know, with my background and history of my accident, which is where Revive Stronger even came from. So after finishing competing, so I asked for feedback, and then just literally, I don't fancy anything in particular eating wise. Like, I'm not particularly hungry. I was thirsty, so I wanted a lot to drink. So I got 7-Up free and some sparkling water, down those. So I was thirsty, but apart from that, I wasn't really bothered. So went to Sainsbury's, got a packet of chicken, a punnet of tomatoes, ate a banana, and had a Mars protein bar, which I had in my bag. But I was just like, this is nice. Nothing crazy. I kind of don't want to go crazy either because I know Broderick really wants feedback from tomorrow morning, so I will actually do, I won't want to, but I will wake up and do a bit of posing, do a round of posing and get the photos just to see what I'm looking like so we can get some data for peaking, which is really, really important, especially if I am going to finals for the MPA. I want to look my absolute best. If I can improve my peak, which I'm not sure I can, but if I can make it easier, I think I will, because it was horrific, as you guys probably already know. I've spoken a lot about that. And yeah, so I'll do that, and tomorrow have a bit of a break. I don't intend to train. I intend to go out, spend the day with Charlotte, probably do lots of walking inherently, probably have a meal out, and the rest of the day just probably eat around maintenance, have a bit of a day off, kind of really thinking about things too hard. And then, in all honesty, Broderick said I could have 3 days off. He's not my coach, and so I don't have to listen to him. I'll see how I feel on Monday, but I imagine I'll want to start getting back into the gym. Whether or not I'll start an actual program on Monday, I'm not sure. It kind of depends how I feel. But I start my programs with 3-4 reps in reserve anyway, so it's not like it's going to be horrendous, and the volume is going to be relatively low. And I'm in a situation where I will probably be dropping in kind of some metabolite, higher volume training anyway. If you guys have listened to kind of the podcasts and kind of my training, you'll kind of know the systematic approach to mesocycles of cutting, in which we try and increase volume each mesocycle, and you get to a point where you kind of have to use the kitchen sink a little bit, and I'll be very lean. Plans going forward, not entirely sure. I have a feeling I might want to just start reverse dieting, which is actually was the plan into my next show. Whether or not I can hold condition like that, I'll have to see. So I may kind of just go into a slightly lesser deficit for my first week, which is probably what I will do. See how my body's kind of responding to that, and then go from there, and probably lessen the deficit week on week if things are going in the right direction. And then yeah, plan another peak week and compete in the UK DFBA. And then shortly after that, well, depending how that goes, if I qualify for anything with that, but the finals for these guys are in October, so I will prepare myself for that. Obviously the feedback from the judges was size. Am I going to gain a lot of size between now and then? No, I'm not able to. Could I get softer and have a bit more size? Yeah. Would that make me place higher? Potentially. So I might just start my reverse diet, not really place much kind of high hopes on the finals, and go stress-free, and just, I mean, I'm competing in finals. It's fucking cool. Considering back in 2014, I didn't place in any top 3. I actually came 5th in the show I did today. So I'm ecstatic with the result. Bodybuilding is a long game, and to do the best in it, you have to be in it for a long time. So I've got many more years, and this time has been amazing. I've had the best day ever. I want to say absolute thank you to everyone who supported me today. It actually brings me to tears. I don't cry easily, and it actually wants to make me cry. How emotional I am. It means so much to have had Charlotte here today helping me, and the fact she actually, I guess she maybe enjoyed the day. Hopefully. She enjoyed the day, whereas last time I think she hated the day, and I think she hated the build up to the day. So it's just a huge positive, and then everyone who came and supported me were amazing, and they said they enjoyed the day as well. So that just means a lot to me, and overall I revived stronger from last time. So an amazing experience. So cheers guys, check it out.